Karthik, you want to start? You let me know.
Yes, ma'am. Please start.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. So this is our second live interactive session. I can see one question here. Ashik Hussain is writing. Is this portion enough for NET exam or should I study more than that? Definitely more than that, Ashik. Please. I'm talking only about literary theory and criticism portion. Definitely. You cannot depend only on one course for such an important exam. Ashik, if you are able to hear me, just type yes. Ashik, if you are able to hear me, please type yes. Ashik, if you are able to hear me, please type yes. Okay, good. So, yeah, that's my response to you. Although it's a very well thought out, very well planned, comprehensive, extensive course. We have taken instances and information and description from literature from all across the world. The way it is asked for NET and GRE in literature. However, it is not, you cannot depend just on the course. You must read M.H. Abrams' literary genres book and also a history of English literature by Liguis Kazamian. I'm very sure your teachers must have also told you this. So you must supplement this. They are standard books and anything on Indian writing in English. There is Arvind Malhotra's book, which is or KPS Iyengar. So those are very good books. One is a classic, one is more contemporary. But sorry, M.A.K. Malhotra book, right? Let me just look it up. I know Malhotra, but let me just. So it is Indian writing in English. I'm just looking it up. Yeah, Arvind Mehrotra. Arvind Mehrotra's book, History of Indian Literature in English. So you please go through that. That is extremely, that's a very good book. Personally, I like it a lot. I have written that also. Then History of English Literature by Liguis Kazamian. And then, of course, the book that I always talk about, M.H. Abrams' Literary Genres. Ashik, we are waiting for others to join. I'm sure a couple of others will also join in. Meanwhile, if you have any other question, you please ask me now. Okay, there's a question from Reshma. What is Reshma saying? Lecture notes in PDF form. Reshma, actually, they are there somewhere on the net. We used to have those things once upon a time. And of course, before I forget, there was a request from many of you to give you a list of readings, theoretical books, etc. So I have sent you a list of readings. Reshma, please please type if you have received that. I had asked my NPTEL team to post it on the discussion forum. Ashik, Reshma, did you receive that? And we have also put it up on the course website, web page, NPTEL. Please type in yes or no if you have seen it or not seen it. If you haven't seen it, go to the course webpage. And also we have sent you a mail. Any other question? Ask me now. Yeah, so coming to your question, possible to share notes? Yes, it is possible. Definitely. And it used to be there. It used to be there. Somehow, it got lost in so many, uh, uh, you know, perhaps too many changes happen. And then we lose certain things sometimes. Yeah, but notes were there. I'll try to retrieve them. Yeah, book names. That's what. That's what is a reading list, Reshma. So that is we have already sent you. Yeah, notes you want. We used to have, and we used to have it up on the net. But now we will see what happened to those notes. Because see, if honestly speaking, people were interested more in the lectures in the videos, and nobody ever asked for those notes. So perhaps they stopped putting those out.
Alert for no backups for 1,830 days.
Yes, Reshma, I can see your question. I'm reading it. I qualified JK set. Reshma, what is JK set? What is JK set, Reshma? I don't know. Jammu Kashmir set. Is it? I'm just conjecturing. Is it Jammu Kashmir set in first attempt? But I couldn't qualify net in last 3 years. In last years. Any suggestions? I mean last 3 years. Okay, okay. So you have set somewhere, but you haven't been able to clear net. See, set is more state level, right? Set is more state level. So people are able to clear set comparatively more easily. But what happens is that if you don't, net is of course more important. It's a national entrance eligibility test. So it's important to any suggestions. I think this course will be a very good complement to what your existing studies. At the same time, I would say prepare more consistently and finish that Linguist Kazamia History of English Literature as well as M.H. Abrams book. I have also given you reference to this book, Indian Writing, History of Indian Literature in English by Arvind A.K. Mehrotra. And along with the course that you are doing, this NPTEL course, my course. So I think it is all very together. I am sure that you will be able to crack it. However, it is hard work. I mean, I have seen people doing nothing for 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, only sitting at home and preparing for net. So, and it requires you a huge amount of dedication. It is tough. But you should know that net once upon a time used to have essay type answers, I mean, essay type questions also. Now, so much of it has gone MCQ. Once upon a time, it was essay type. So that's what I suggest, Reshma. Be consistent and go through a couple of these books, but you have to be consistent. Yes, Reshma, I'm responding to you. I'm looking at your question. Names of the books. Oh, okay. I will write. Reshma, can you see? A glossary of literary terms. M.H. Abrams, okay? That is one book. You can get it anywhere. It's a very commonly available in a good bookshop, and also Flipkart, Amazon. So specific for net exam, that's what I'm saying. Do not worry. Yeah, sure. Hello again. Lot of mistakes. No, we did. We keep on doing, but somehow it goes back to the old way. It is difficult to put pressure on our technical support staff. We are aware of that. These are not auto transcribed. That it had been corrected once, but it went back to it. I'm aware of this thing, but you see, what happens is that our staff, we have limited number of staff after all, and what happens is that we cannot ask them to go through the same, because I myself, for my own work, I have 8 courses running, and I can see issues here and there, minor issues, nothing major. Okay, but we, for everything we cannot go running to the people and ask them. We just assume that our students can go through, because see, even if you watch something on YouTube, okay, there are sometimes you find if you press the subtitles, and also the transcriptions are generally not very good. These things happen, okay, and we have gone through this several times, corrected it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We will look at it more carefully next time. Although let me assure you, it has been done, and it is not auto-corrected, or it's not artificial intelligence work, but there were humans employed to look into it. And they did a very good job. But yeah, I understand the problem. So please bear with it. And since you are a student of literature, you should be able to identify. Yeah. What is the next question? Yes, Reshma, these are meant for net. So M.H. Abrams' book, Glossary of Literary Terms, is a classic. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. It's there are lots of imitators, but this book has been revised, updated several times, 7 or 8 editions, and it's a very good book. Then Linguist Kazania will give you all the traditional things that you need to know about English literature. And then NET JRF ask a lot of questions from Indian writing in English, Indian literature in English. So Arvind Mehrotra and that Iyengar book that I had earlier mentioned. Reshma, I have already mentioned History of Indian English Literature. It is, I have typed it here. Look at Ashik Hussein's response. I mean, Ashik Hussein's question, and write below that, a history of Indian literature in English. Please go, please scroll a little bit higher and you will find it. Fabula and sujet. There's a question. Okay, fabula is the story, right? Fable. It comes from the word fable. What is fable? What is a fable? Fable is a story. Okay. And what is sujet? Now a story can be, I can give you the plot. Okay, so these are parts of something called narratology, narrative. So fabula is the basic story, the plot. Sujet is how the story is organized. Well, let me give you some examples. There are basically only 7 plots. There is Cinderella plot, there is Tristan and Isolde plot, there is the Faust plot. Okay, there are only 7 or 8 standard plots. That is your fabula, the basic story. Sujet is the way the story is organized or told. Okay, so for example, there is a novel called The Devil Wears Prada. Now, it is a reworking of the Faust legend that you give your, what is the legend of Dr. Faustus? You give your soul to me if I promise you a lifetime of unlimited, unfettered pleasure on this earth, in this world. But your soul belongs to me after that. And Dr. Faustus pledges his soul to the devil. In exchange for what? For unending pleasures in this world, on this earth. But what happens? So that's the story. That's the basic plot. Plot is called the Faust plot. Now, Devil Wears Prada is a novel, and there's a movie based on it. It is set in contemporary New York and in the fashion industry. So it is a fusion. You have Legend of Dr. Faust, you have Faustus, all those stories are written and rewritten and reimagined and revisited. Okay, so how the narrative is organized and told, that is the fusion. It's the style. Fable is a story, sujet is the way it is told, the story is told. Yes, soul in exchange of pleasure. But the same story is told in Devil Wears Prada, that you will get a very lucrative, very some kind of an extraordinary position once you serve the master for 1 year at that so-called fashion magazine. So this is fabula is the crux. So I can say it's the narrative. These are parts of narrative. See, the idea that, and it is all part of Russian formalism. So you should go back to the lectures on Russian formalism. Fabula is a story. The basic structure, the soul, the kernel, the crux, as you call it, and fabula and sujet is the way the story is told and organized. Same story can be told in a non-linear fashion and linear fashion. Same story can have a classic ending, closure, otherwise it can also be open-ended. Okay, sometimes the stories can have multiple endings also, as we have seen in The French Lieutenant's Woman by John Fowles, which is a postmodernist text. So what happens there? So it is the way as to The French Lieutenant's Woman is nothing but a love story. But then it's the sujet that makes it such a memorable masterpiece. Fabularize the story, yes. Can you explain difference? Oh no, I don't think that we can do it here. It is too vast and quite complex, so definitely not for this interactive session. So we have just a couple of minutes left. If you have questions on based on the anything that you want to know about the procedures, you please ask me, because we have only 10 minutes left. The question is, some book recommended for etymology. See, etymology is not really part of our this syllabus. However, I have another course. It's very interesting. You have mentioned it. I may be offering it next semester. It is called English Language for Competitive Exams. English Language for Competitive Exams. Okay. So there I have recommended certain books, but since this is that's not the within the scope of this course, so I'm not going to talk about that. However, coming back to the reading list, I have provided the reading list to you. It's there on the web page of this course, NPTEL website, and also we have mailed you. NPTEL, I have asked the NPTEL team to mail it to you through the discussion forum. Books on etymology, the reading list will be given in the other course, which is called English Language for Competitive Exams. If you have any questions about procedures and anything, you know that there will be an NSEM. NSEM is all MCQ based. Please keep submitting your assignments on time. And it is a paper and pencil kind of a test. So please appear for the exam on time. Our next interactive session would be sometime in the last week of September. So today is 19th August. Next could be perhaps, any time after 24th or 25th September. Okay, students, if there is any question, ask me now. Otherwise, we'll wind up within the next 5 minutes. If there are questions, please ask fast. When is the when to fill? Yeah. Oh, don't worry about those things, Reshma. NPTEL office is very good at giving you the information. So you will receive all information via mail and also put up displayed on the website. So don't worry, because I don't want you to, I don't want to give you some date and then perhaps, there will be some confusion. So let NPTEL, because they do it very efficiently, so let them respond to you. And they will be putting out the list and important dates, etc., and all the guidelines and procedures very soon. So don't worry about those things, because we have been doing these things for the past 10 years and so. So it would be, you will receive relevant information. Keep submitting your assignments on time. Keep watching the videos. Videos are very clear. The quality is quite good. So please keep watching those things. Don't worry about the transcription. Transcriptions, there's a universal problem all across the world. You have these things, and our problem is, very limited manpower. Our people are really, really overwhelmed and overworked. So we can't just go running to them for every to fix all the issues. So sometimes we have to take our own initiatives. Before I leave, Vidya, can you hear me, Vidya? Before we leave, since you seem to be interested in Marxism, okay, I would suggest that you read this book by Terry Eagleton. It's a classic book. It's called Marxism. Marxist philosopher. Okay. Vidya, if you can see this, then please say yes or no. Vidya, I have typed Terry Eagleton's book called Marxism. If you can just write below it that you have received it, it will provide answers to everything. Vidya, can you see us? Can you see the response? Karthik, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Karthik, look at the YouTube also.
Yeah. I'm looking it. Yeah.
If there is anything, copy paste the questions, I will respond to them.
Yes.
Vidya, if you are able to see this book title, please respond, right? Please type in yes. It's a very slim book, accessible book. If you are really interested in Marxism, this is the best book. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Resh. Karthik, do we have anything pending?
No, ma'am. That's it.
No? All right. Okay. All right, students. Nice meeting you. I'll take leave of you now, and we will meet sometime in the fourth week of September. By then, take care and keep on submitting your assignments. And bye bye.